This is a summary of Heiresses, the lives of the million-dollar babies. Laura Thompson traces the lives of wealthy women from the 17th century to the 20th, exploring how fortunes shaped them as symbols, victims, rebels, and icons. While each story is unique, together they reveal the paradox of privilege. Money could grant power, but often brought loneliness, exploitation, or tragedy. Early heiresses. Property and power. In the 17th and 18th centuries, women with money were often treated as commodities in marriage markets. Their wealth transferred to their husbands, leaving them vulnerable. Mary Davies inherited vast London lands that later became Mayfair and Belgravia. At 12, she was coerced into marriage with Sir Thomas Grosvenor. Her fortune transformed the Grosvenor family into one of Britain's richest dynasties. Mary herself, however, lived a constrained and manipulated life, illustrating how female wealth was a prize for male ambition. Mary Eleanor Bowes, known as the Unhappy Countess, inherited a coal fortune. After being widowed, she married Andrew Robinson Stoney, a notorious fortune hunter who abused and controlled her. Mary Eleanor later escaped in a scandalous trial, one of the earliest public battles for a woman's financial independence. These early stories show how heiresses were treated less as individuals and more as vessels of wealth. The Gilded Age. Transatlantic marriages. By the late 19th century, America's industrial wealth created a new class of heiresses who were often married off to cash-strapped European aristocrats. Consuelo Vanderbilt, forced by her mother Alva into marrying the Duke of Marlborough, epitomized the dollar princess. Though the marriage was cold and loveless, Consuelo later divorced and became a philanthropist and suffragist, reclaiming agency. Jenny Jerome, another American heiress, married Lord Randolph Churchill and became the mother of Winston Churchill. Jenny leveraged her money and charm to wield influence in British society, showing how heiresses could shape history indirectly. These women highlight the tension between money, marriage, and autonomy. Their wealth bought entry into aristocracy, but rarely happiness. 20th century heiresses. Glamour and tragedy. The 20th century produced heiresses who lived lives of extreme visibility, lavish, dramatic, and often tragic. Barbara Hutton, the Woolworth heiress dubbed the poor little rich girl, inherited millions at 21. Despite her wealth, she endured 7 failed marriages, drug dependency, and deep loneliness. Her fortune attracted exploiters rather than love. Doris Duke, the richest girl in the world, inherited a tobacco fortune. Independent and unconventional, she traveled, collected art, and supported philanthropy. Yet her life was clouded by mistrust, legal battles, and isolation. Gloria Vanderbilt, heiress to a railroad fortune, was the subject of a notorious custody trial as a child, the trial of the century. She later reinvented herself as an artist, actress, and fashion designer, reclaiming her wealth and image on her own terms. These women were both envied and pitied, surrounded by excess, yet often deprived of security and love. Themes across the biographies. Money as a trap. Inheritance often drew opportunists, fortune hunters, or controlling families. Agency and rebellion. Some, like Mary Eleanor Bowes or Consuelo Vanderbilt, resisted or reclaimed control. Loneliness of wealth. Barbara Hutton and Doris Duke show how riches isolate more than they liberate. Reinvention. Gloria Vanderbilt exemplifies an heiress who turned her inheritance into a platform for creativity. The shifting role of women. From Mary Davies's coerced marriage to Vanderbilt's fashion empire, heiresses chart the changing possibilities for women across centuries. The book portrays inheritance as both gift and curse. For centuries, women's fortunes were controlled by men. Even in modern times, wealth often brought exploitation or emptiness rather than freedom. Yet, within these constraints, some heiresses transformed their roles, using money as a tool for reinvention, influence, or defiance. Laura Thompson ultimately suggests that the million-dollar babies reveal society's deepest contradictions. wealth without freedom, glamour without happiness, and power without control.